Hey, hello everyone. Good day. Welcome to our online video lecture for our midterm topic 2, cost, volume, profit, or this is part of profit planning. No, so we will be tackling cost, volume, profit analysis. Okay, so what is the importance of cost, volume, profit analysis? So let's say you have a small milk tea business, no, or small coffee shop. Then your cup is priced at 100 pesos and it costs 60 pesos to make. No? The milk tea na lang. And your monthly rent, salaries, utilities totals 40,000 pesos. Now, how many cups do you need to sell before you actually start profiting? So that is the concept of CVP analysis, no? And why it matters. Because this answers or this concept it answers or it's about decision making. So it's about decision making whether we will be increasing the price, we will be um or what happens if ever costs will go up, no? And then what happens if we target to produce um this particular number of cups, no? So cost volume profit analysis is like the relationships between these three, no? They are interrelated with one another. So cost, if it goes up or it goes down, it has an effect. It has an effect on the profit. And then the volume as well, no? So if it goes up and if it goes down, so it has also an effect on the profit. So we will be delving on to the relationships as well of these three. So that's what our topic is all about here. Cost, volume, profit analysis. And this is part of profit planning. So as I mentioned, no, CVP is not just about um the pricing, the costing, but also it's about decision making. And when we say decision making, it will help the managers or the top management, no? Like it is also a way for them um to strategize. So um I know that CVP or we know that CVP analysis is part of an accounting or is part of accounting or it's an accounting tool, but it is also a strategic tool, no? Because um we can or there will be decisions that we will derive from having this analysis. So let's start our discussion with the table of content. Here we will tackle profit structure. And in under the profit structure, we will explore variable costing income statement or what we call as contribution margin income statement. Another term for that is marginal income statement. So those three are interchangeable terms. Then we will also tackle core CVP concepts, no? So core CVP concepts, we will be exploring the assumptions. So CVP is built around or is built on assumptions. So we will explore those, and then we will also understand the relevant range, and probably I will delve onto the relevant range on the latter or on the later parts na of our session. I think we will be covering 3 parts of CVP, no, kay taas-taas gid siya. So relevant range, I will um discuss this extensively when we reach the graph of CVP. And then we will also know the contribution margin. So contribution margin, this is the heart of CVP analysis. And with that, there are 4 different computations for contribution margin. And another one is the analysis of the relationships, no? So what are the relationships of volume, sales price, costs, and profit here in CVP analysis? So how the changes of these affects the profit. And then we will also tackle break even and target profit. So computation of break even point, probably in units, and also in pesos. And for the target profit, of course, dili raman ang business mag goal nga mo break even sila, or um no loss, no profit pod, no? That's the concept of break even. So there will always be the concept of desired profit or target profit. And that will be our coverage for our CVP part 1. All the others will be covered in parts 2 or parts 3 if we reach to part 3. Okay? So for moving on, for the margin of safety, ato sad ni siyang i-tackle since it's a very important concept here, because it's a way of evaluating the risk, no? So it's about risk management po sa business. So margin of safety kay it measures how far sales can drop before we lose. So it's like a buffer or a cushion, no? Before you get hurt. Hugot kay tanan. So sensitivity analysis as well, we will be um applying this one here, or we will be including this one in our CVP analysis topic, because actually CVP, as mentioned, CVP analysis has a lot of assumptions. But actually in the real world scenario, no, dili manggod ta mag-rely sa assumptions kay that's too unrealistic. That's too idealistic. So sensitivity analysis, that's the real world CVP, no? So sensitivity analysis that covers what if questions, like what if mo increase ang cost, what if ang price mo increase, what if, no, ang volume mo increase, decrease, whatsoever. And then graphs interpretation, we will construct and analyze break-even charts, CVP graphs, and it is important for you to identify, no, which are the points, what points, nga nag-pertain sa break-even point, sa profit, sa sales. So it's very important for you to know those, no? And interpret, of course. Then understanding operating leverage. So it measures how sensitive profit is to changes in sales. And we will also tackle, I think, na-delete siya here, indifference point. So we will tackle that one here. Okay, so those are our topics under CVP analysis. So hope that you are all ready to listen, and please be attentive. So if ever you have any questions, please direct that in our group chat, no? So that it will be readily addressed. So I don't welcome private messages, Kai. There are a lot of messages from my other group chats. So I hope that we will just utilize our group chat as a centralized, no, point of communication for everyone. Okay, so don't be shy to ask questions. Now, let's start with profit planning. So that's the very first one, profit planning. So I think we or businesses, no? So before businesses exist, there is already the goal. So the goal is to maximize profit, right? And therefore, with that goal, there must be a plan. So we discussed that already in the management functions. There is planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and then decision making. So profit planning is very important because it is somewhat like we predict the profit, no? Or we forecasted the profit in advance before it actually happens. So it's same like yung budgeting na atong ginahimo, no? But this time, although budgeting that we discussed last time, the short-term budgeting, that is also part of profit planning, no? So, okay. So profit planning, it focuses on short-term decisions, and I take note of that. And it's based on forecasting. It helps also management control the outcomes. So, dili lang kay siya profit planning but also naa sa siya controlling na function nga we will be interjecting. Okay? So, and I also have a question, no? I think all of the businesses here, um, or for example, in your end, if your family has a business, do you wait for profit or does your business plan for for it, no? So there are differences between the two. So mag-wait ra ba mo nga makahalin mo, or you forecast it in advance, no? You plan for it. So nara na ninyo, okay? But it is very important to plan in advance, no? Now, so under CVP analysis, a very important concept is the variable costing income statement, or what we call as marginal income statement, contribution margin income statement, or sa inyong book is contribution margin approach, marginal income approach, no? So pare-pareha na siya. So mo na siya ang laing format sa income statement. So I think, I don't know if na-discuss na ba sa inyong cost accounting ang absorption costing. So ang absorption costing, it's like using the traditional income statement, like yung sales less COGS equals gross profit less OPEX. And then traditional is yung sales less COGS, sorry. COGS That is your gross profit less OPEX. That is your operating income. Here, this is used in traditional income statement. But in our variable costing income statement, we actually utilize variable costs and fixed costs, no? We are not utilizing COGS and OPEX here. So, mas relevant man gud siya, no? Mas relevant siya for internal reporting. That's why um this form of income statement is used internally, and sa outside naman we don't use this, no? So wala jud kay makit-an sa income statement or published na income statement na in any of format. Okay? So this is just used internally for relevant for much more useful decision making. Okay. So variable costing, kindly take note of this. Sales less variable costs equals contribution margin. Fixed costs less fixed costs is equals to profit from operations. Okay? So you just have to remember SVCFP. SVCFP. Okay. Okay. So let's yung sales. Kay baw naman mo sa na sales, no? Sales, ang variable cost is those costs that change when there are changes to the volume or activity level. So if for example, ang number of units nga gi-produce is taas, ubos, no? There will be an impact here sa variable costs. Sa fixed costs is total fixed costs. We are talking about total variable costs, ha? Total variable costs will change, will vary. Total fixed costs will not. So this will change the total variable costs. The total fixed costs doesn't change. Okay? It remains constant within the relevant range, of course. So that's the assumption. Now, contribution margin is the real driver of the profit here. Because as you can see, total fixed cost here is just constant or does not change, no? So if there is an increase of your contribution margin, therefore, we can say that there is also an increase in terms of your profit. Okay? So that's the basic assumption. But we will tackle more of the assumptions later on the next slide. The next slide. Okay, so for contribution margin, as mentioned a while ago, that's the heart of CVP. The heart of CVP. So when there is an increase in contribution margin, there is also an increase in profit. But take note, that is after the break even. So if mutaas imong contribution margin, mutaas pod ang imuhang profit. But that is after break even na ni siya. So unsa ganitong break even? After break even. Ang break even, that is your total sales nimo is equals to your total cost. Tanan nga imuhang nahalin will equal to your total cost. tanang nagasto. Therefore, wala kay profit, wala sa kay loss. That's the concept of the break-even. So, this is only applicable if it's after the break-even. Now, so what is CVP analysis? Before going in, what is CVP analysis? This is the contribution margin format. Please familiarize this because this is very important in your problem solving later on. So condensed format, this is very easy to familiarize. Sales, that's variable costs and expenses. Tanan na costs and expenses that are variable. And then contribution margin, less fixed costs and expenses equals profit. Now, for the expanded format, it is broken down. So, mas gibuak or gibuak ang variable component, which pertains to the cost of goods sold and the marketing and administrative expenses. But here, same ra gyapon siya no, ni-expand lang ang iyahang formula. Okay, the source here is, this is a snip from Agamata book. From your Agamata book. Now, let's go to the CVP analysis. So CVP, cost volume profit, analyzes how costs sorry, asan mo itong akong pointer? Okay, here. How costs, volume, and price affect the profit. So, kani sila ng mga components, no? Unsa may relationship ani nila sa profit. So, CVP analysis is used for planning, is used for decision making, and is used for risk analysis. So, those are the uses of CVP analysis. And when we say we also mentioned, no, what are the relationships of the three. So actually naagid sila yung relationships, no? So ang cost is, for example, the cost, we will be looking more in the variable cost component, not in the fixed cost. So, if mo taas imong variable cost, mubo imong variable cost, na siya impact sa profit. Then, sa volume naman, that is in relation to the variable cost because we know that the total variable cost is equals to variable cost rate, variable cost per unit times the volume. So, if ever mo taas imong volume, mo dako sad imong variable cost. If mo gamay imong volume, mo gamay sad imong variable cost. Therefore, na-impact na siya sa profit. Mo gamay sad. So, it's directly proportional. Pero when we talk about fixed cost, no? So, it doesn't change man, no? So, dili kay ta mo focus sa fixed cost here when we talk about CVP analysis. For the prices, so if ang price mo change, given that it will change because it's contradicting with the assumption, with the basic assumption na prices here will not change, no? Given that the prices will change, then there will also be an impact sa profit. But actually, later na lang, no, in the upcoming slides. So we also have CVP variables here. CVP variables. And you can familiarize this one. This is very easy to familiarize. That is selling price, the profit, the variable cost per unit. So when we say selling price, its assumption is that it will not change. It will be constant within the relevant range, no? Or within the normal scenario. Profit, and then variable cost per unit, it will not also change. Take note that I said a while ago, total variable cost. Total variable cost will change. That will vary. But variable cost per unit, that is constant. Dili ni siya mo bag-o within the relevant range or within the normal scenario. Okay. Your fixed cost remains constant as well. Total fixed cost. But the fixed cost per unit, that will change, no? So as the production goes up, mas magkagamay siya ang fixed cost per unit. And we will understand that more basig on the next parts or on the later slides for the fixed cost per unit, variable cost per unit, total variable cost, total fixed cost. Volume in units. So this is an important component. This is a very important variable, no? Then sales mix. So volume in units. So assuming that the problem is kanira ang ilang gi-produce, no? So it will not change. So this is very important in computing for the variable cost. Sales mix, that is ang assumption na is constant siya. So if any of these change, no? If any of these change, your profit will also change. So kindly take note of that, no? So regardless of the assumption, if the problem states that there will be a change in any of these variables, then your profit will also change. Okay. On to the levels of profit planning. So we have here basic CVP analysis, sensitivity analysis, multi-product CVP analysis, the operating leverage. But we will tackle first the basic CVP analysis, which ang focus here is that there is only one product and it's a simple analysis as compared to the multi-product CVP analysis no nga naanay multiple products, naanay daghan-daghang products. So therefore sales mix matters here. But let's go to basic CVP analysis. In basic CVP analysis, there are assumptions here. So ang assumptions is that naatay word na i-remember, that is clips with double P. So number one is that costs are classified. That is fixed and variable cost. We also have linear behavior, no? So that is linear remember mo sa inyong math na topic or discussion, no? When we say linear, it's very simple. Straight line na siya, no? So, or the behavior of the cost and revenue is in straight line na siya. Dili siya curve, no? Straight ra jud siya. That means it's very simple, no? So, that is, ang assumption na is linear ang yung behavior sa costs, sa revenues, if that is within the relevant range. But if it's beyond, no, so wala ta kay ba, curve na ba siya, or scattered na ba siya, whatsoever. And next is the inventory is constant. So we can assume here that what we produced in the business versus what we sold is just equal. So inventory is constant. Walay work in process inventory here. And there is also no change in the finished goods inventory. Then price is constant. The selling price is constant. Now the product or sales mix is constant, no? That is under basic CVP assumption. And your sales drive everything. When there is an increase of sales, no? There is an increase of sales, it follows the profit, no? And also in your variable costs, kung nasa changes niya. So your fixed cost here, wala man siya here. Costs are classified. Yung fixed cost nato diri is that it's constant in total. So total fixed cost is constant. Total variable cost has a change. But your fixed cost per unit, it does change. Your variable cost per unit, it does not change. Let me take note of that here. So your total VC, that will change. Your total FC, that does not change, that is constant. Your variable cost per unit, VCU, variable cost per unit, that will be constant. Your FCU, that will change. So, you remember sa na siya nga concept, and I will later give you an example, no? Why, or to justify why we say we say something like this. Okay. So, may pag-delete. Okay. So, going back, we also have break even and target profit. So, na discuss na to ni gamay ganina. Break even point is we are not earning a profit, we are also not operating at a loss. So, kuha na siya. Total cost is equals to total revenue. And for your target profit, no? So this is the desired profit of the business. Then this is the graph that I am talking about. But we will tackle this one mga later. So I'm just giving you a bird's eye view about the graph. Now let's move on to the sample problem. So sample problem 5.1 in your book, wherein it tackles contribution margin, break-even point, and margin of safety. So contribution margin, a simple company establishes the following information for its profit planning activities. We have here the data, unit sales price, or the sales price per unit, which is 200 pesos. Variable cost per unit, that's 220. Total fixed cost is 400,000. Units sold is 8,000 units. Mo ni siya ang mga nahalin. And also the same with mo ni ang na-produce. So what is our unit contribution margin or our contribution margin per unit? That is just you have to deduct the sales price per unit less the variable cost per unit. So 200 minus 120, that is 80 here. That is 80. Ang imuhang unit contribution margin or your contribution margin per unit. Then how about our contribution margin rate? So when we say contribution margin rate, so kung rate gani, that's a percentage, no? Percentage of what? So adto ta magbase sa pinakadako nga or atong base is the pinaka or the highest in amount, which is our unit sales price. So 80 divided by 200. How much is that? 80 divided by 200, that is 40%. 80 pesos divided by 200 pesos, that is 40%. So that is your contribution margin rate. Then the variable cost rate. So we all know, no, that kani si 80 here, si 80, that is 40%. How about the variable cost? So our variable cost here is 120. What is the rate? So we just have to divide rather, 120 divided by 200. That is 60%. Or inyo rin i-minus 100% minus 40%. No? So we always make the sales as our base. No? As our base as the 100%. So that is our number 1. Very easy. Now let's go to break-even point in units and in pesos. But before going in there, I'll show you. Okay. This is what was in your book. As you can see, it was formatted as it was formatted using the variable costing income statement. So sales as variable cost, contribution margin less fixed cost equals profit. And we have here the units sold, no? And then the unit prices, then the amounts for sales, the amounts for variable costs, contribution margin. That is just multiplying your unit prices versus unit prices under units. So now 640,000 yung contribution margin, and you can divide this one by the total sales here. So it's the same katong atong gibuhat ganina, no? So that's it. So these are the rates, the variable cost rate and then the contribution margin rate. And your sales rate will always be 100%. So we are operating at a profit. And now let's go to the break-even point. Break-even point. Your break-even point in units and in pesos. Sige. So your break-even point is, ang concept niya is that your total sales or total revenues is equal to your total cost. So kung unsa ang imong nahalin o unsa imong nagasto, it's just the same. Therefore, wala kay profit, wala sad kay loss. So what we're asked here are the units and in pesos na break-even point, no? So how do we compute for that one? So let's derive a formula. Total sales. So let's start with in units, no? In units. So your total sales is units sold times selling price, no? When you times, ala, dili na siya ma-edit lagi. Balik. Okay. Total sales is equals to total costs. So your total sales is computed as units sold, pila imuhang nahalin, no? And times the selling price per unit. Selling price per unit. Or the unit sales price, which is 200. Then your total costs here, what's sabing total cost? That is total variable cost and total fixed cost. So, your total yung total variable cost, how do you compute for that one? That is units sold times how much? Units sold times your variable cost per unit plus your fixed cost. Okay. Now, here. Unsa di ang ato ang kuan diri? Break-even point in units. So, ang atong gina-ask or ginapangita here are the units sold that will break even or that will arrive at a break even, no? So, therefore, nag-derive ta ani atong i-transpose ang kanisya, no? Transpose din nato siya para ma-cancel out. So, I transpose na nato siya. So, ang nahitabo na anhi is that imbes plus siya, no? Ano na siya, minus na siya. Minus na siya. So, units sold times SPU minus units sold times VCU equals FC. So, with that, pwede naman ni siya nga ma-combine sa units sold, no? So, therefore, ay tabo na is SPU minus VCU times ni siya. So, SPU minus VCU. So, pareho ra to siya atong nabuak, no, nga units sold times SPU minus units sold times VCU. So, if imo na siyang i-distribute ka na siya, units sold ka na, pareho ra na siya. So, units sold times SPU minus VCU. We all know that SPU or selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit that is contribution margin per unit or unit contribution margin. That is your number 1. So, this is CMU or dahil sa inyong handbook is UCM. Pareho na siya. Contribution margin per unit. So, units sold times CMU is equals to FC. Now, ang ato magipangita is units sold, no? So, times ang CMU, when it is transposed back to the right side, the formula now is units sold is equals to FC. Since times siya sa left side, i-transpose niya is mahimo na siyang denominator, no? Adto na siya sa ubos. And divide. Divide na siya. Ngano man? Units sold, again, times CMU. Mura mag for example, no? Ito na siyang dili man siya ma-underline. For example, na-underline diri. Siya ma-underline. Diba na ko? Okay. Ana siya. So, CMU. Natangon na to ang CMU diri. So, ma-cancel out na siya. Ari siya. Okay? So, ang nabilin is that units sold is equals to FC. Therefore, units sold is equals to FC divided by CMU. So, mauna na siya ang imuhang break-even point in units nga formula. So, therefore, FC 400,000 divided by CMU. That's 80. 80 man to ang CMU diri no kanina. So, 400,000 400K less 80. 400,000 divided by 80. That is 5,000. So, 5,000. Okay. At 5,000 units, you will neither earn a profit nor incur a loss. So, kung ganahan kag inana ra, sige, pag sold or pag-produce of 5,000 ka units. So, anything beyond 5,000 units, maka-earn ka at a profit. And then, in pesos. So, how do we compute in pesos? So, same ra siya, no? Same ra siya concept, kana itong gi-derive nga formula, but here, FC, it will be equals FC divided by CMR. CMR stands for ratio. So what's the ratio? Diba we have already computed for the contribution margin rate, which is 40%. So try it. 400,000 divided by, how much was that? 40%. 400,000 divided by 40%. That is 1 million. So, your break-even in pesos, no? Break-even sales, this is your break-even sales. That is 1 million. So, you will not be incurring a loss or earning a profit if you have these amount in your sales. Now, let's move on to the next. Okay. Margin of safety in units and in pesos, and the margin of safety. Margin of safety in units. Margin of safety. What do we mean by margin of safety? So that is how much your sales can drop before you start losing money. So this is also the maximum, or the amount, or the maximum reduction in your sales before you lose money. So margin of safety. In simpler terms, mura gani siya safety net nimo, no? Before you get hurt, no? So, or in simplest term, kanang, for example, um, I don't know here if nabay gabanig pa when um when you sleep, no, at night. So for sure wala na mo nagbanig dere, mga kutson na mo. So kutson, no? So it depends upon unsa ka baga sa kutson, no? Unsa ka baga sa kutson. So if ang kutson nimo is very nipis, so that's your margin of safety, no? And if nipis kayo mong kutson, na ay possibility that you will hurt your back, no? So kana siya. That's the concept of margin of safety. That's the buffer, or that's the cushion, no, before you actually lose money. Margin of safety. Therefore, ang formula ani niya is break even. Sorry, that's sales less your break even sales. Now, if the problem is margin of safety. Sorry. Margin of safety is equals to your sales less break-even sales. Okay. If the problem gives you budgeted sales, then that will be your budgeted sales. If the problem gives you the actual sales, then sales there pertains to your actual sales. So here, the problem states, wala ta kay baw, following information for its profit planning. Okay, profit planning pa man. So, that means it's budgeted. Budgeted sales. So, your budgeted sales is 200 times 8,000. How much is that? 200 pesos, your selling price per unit. Here, selling price per unit times 8,000. That is 1,600,000. Your budgeted sales is 1,600,000. Now, your break-even sales, which we discussed a while ago, that is 1 million. Therefore, your margin of safety is how much? That is 600,000 pesos. No? So, maora ni ang pwede nimong this is the maximum amount that you need to, or how do we simplify that one? So, margin of safety, as mentioned, hold on. So, that's the buffer, right? So, that means you can lose 600,000 in sales, 600,000 pesos in sales, but you still, or you will not incur a loss, no? So, mo na siyang imong cushion, mo na siya imong safety net before you actually starting to lose money. So, naputay gitawag sa margin of safety nga high margin of safety, high, low margin of safety. Then we also have zero and negative MOS. High, low, naapod tay zero MOS, naapod tay negative MOS. So which one do we need to have? So it's better for us to have the high MOS, no? Kay para murag mas baga-baga atong kutson, no? So ang low MOS kay murag kanang dili kayo siya baga nga kutson, no? Then zero MOS siguro banig na ni siya. And then negative MOS wala na tingali kay ginahigdaan. So that actually hurts your back, no? Okay? So margin of safety, it's like a safety net, it's like a cushion, it's like a buffer, no? So it tells how much we have before we start losing money. So it's better that the business will have a bigger cushion or safety net, no? For it to be safer. So if your margin of safety is small, then what does that mean? So probably you are at high risk. And if your sales drop, gamay ra, no, then you may incur a loss. So that's the concept of your margin of safety in units. And I think we tackle only in pesos, no, margin of safety in pesos. So how will we compute for the margin of safety in units? Margin of safety in units. So same ra gyapon, sales in units. Sales in units less the break-even sales in units. So sales in units here is we have 8,000 units, no? Then we have computed a while ago 5,000 units as break-even. Therefore, our MOS is 3,000 in units. So 3,000 in units ato ang MOS, margin of safety in units. And then, how much is our margin of safety in rate? So naa na pud tay basihan na base, which is our sales. So we can compute 3,000 divided by 8,000. 3,000 divided by 8,000. That is 37.5%. That is computed as 3,000 divided by 8,000. And you can also arrive at the same answer when you compute for pila ganina 600,000 divided by 1.6 million. 600,000 divided by 1.6 million. Yeah, that's the same. So this is in pesos. This is in units. Okay? So very easy. Very easy ra kayo siya. Pang grade 6. So very easy ra kayo. I think we are already done with the 3. And I will also show you how we can compute for contribution margin in 4 different ways. Contribution margin can be derived when we compute for sales less variable costs. And then contribution margin is equals to fixed costs plus profit. So that is when we direta magsugod. Profit plus fixed cost, 400 plus 240, that's 640. then contribution margin, units sold times contribution margin per unit. So 8,000, kato ganina, 8,000 times 80 nga unit price. That is 640,000. Then contribution margin is equals to sales times contribution margin rate, no, per rate. So your sales is 1,600 times your CM rate is 40%. That is your 640,000. So these are the four different ways in how to compute for the total contribution margin. And everything is just um kuan siya. You can apply basic math here, no? You can apply algebra here, derive mo, no? Then you should also observe the following important relationships here, that profit is equals to CM, contribution margin minus fixed costs. Your variable cost rate is equals to variable cost divided by sales, or your variable cost per unit divided by sales price per unit. And then your CM rate is computed with contribution margin divided by sales. Pwede put contribution margin per unit divided by sales price per unit. Then pwede put 100% minus variable cost ratio. So there are a lot of workarounds here, no? If ever the data is not given, then you can have probably other data to be used. I think we're already done with this one. We have already derived the formula. No? So this is just the same sa inyong book. And then here, just take note that this is just to prove that we will not be incurring a loss or earning at a profit when we have break-even sales. No? So our sales is 1 million. So walay profit, wala say loss. Now, we can compute it also. Another option is to compute through this, no? 5,000 units times 80, that's contribution margin. Then wala gihapon, walay profit, walay loss. So just take note that at break-even point, your total contribution margin is equals to your fixed costs, no? So aside from that, your total sales is equals to your total cost, no? So that's your additional info that you need to take note para dali mo makasolve sa problem. Now, I think we are already done with this one. Okay, so let's go to estimating sales with profit. Hold on. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, now, another problem for us to solve. Okay. We are already done with the basic CVP. Basic CVP gyapon ni siya, pero this is with a what do you call this one? Na siya'y desired profit na kuan. We will integrate desired profit here. Now, I'm actually getting this. I'm actually getting the problem from your book, no? So, saan itong pointer? Laser pointer. Okay. Mayaman company determines its sales price and cost structure as follows. These are the data. This is the data. The unit sales price is 400 pesos. Unit variable cost is 240. Your total fixed cost is 800,000. Your tax rate is 40%. So we are estimating sales here with profit. So, last example is wala pa man ta kaayo nag-focus sa profit, no? But this time, we will now um focus on what if we have this profit after tax, before tax, no? And what's our basis? So if that is percentage of sales, percentage of CMR, so that's what we will tackle here. Now, profit before tax. Okay? Number 1 is profit before tax, that is 400,000. Profit before tax is 400,000 pesos. So, how much kaha ang required sales, units, required sales in pesos, in units, no? If the profit is targeted as follows. So, saan man ipag-compute? Mag-derive na po ta, no? So, let's have the very basic using our variable costing income statement. So, we all know that sales minus VC is equals to CM minus your FC is equals to your profit. Or we can just say, we will eliminate the CM. Sales minus VC minus FC is equals to profit. Okay. Ay. Balik. Sales minus VC minus FC is equals to your profit. Now, your profit before tax is 400,000. Good thing here that this is our profit before tax, no? Profit before tax. Because if naapay tax here, ana, so profit after tax na after. Because profit after tax, dapat. Then let's call profit before tax as PBAT. Okay? So this is the formula. So now, dili ra to kutob. So, saan man siya pag-compute? Ang ato magikinahanglan is sales. How much is our sales? In amount and in units. So let's first use the sales in units. So sales in units is selling price times the what was asked is the units sold. Mo man ni siya ang gipangayo, no? Units sold minus saman your VC times units sold minus FC equals PBAT. We can just lump this one, SP minus VC per unit na siya ha. Selling price per unit niya or the USP or UVC. Selling price per unit times the units sold minus your FC equals PBAT. Now, SPU minus VCU, that's 400 minus 240. How much is that? That is 160. That is your contribution margin per unit, no? Times units sold minus FC. And your PBAT here is 400,000, no? So, kani siya. Dapat ato ni siyang ibalhin sa pikas. Transpose ni nato siya. Okay. Transpose ni nato ang CMU, ang FC, magpabilin ra ang unit sold. So, unit sold is equals to So, i-transpose atong FC, positive na siya. No? So, FC, so PBAT plus FC. Ma-positive naman siya, di ba? Then, times man ni sila. Times man niya CMU. Therefore, i-transpose sa right side, times siya, no? Ma-divide na siya. Then, na siya sa ubos. So, therefore, divided by CMU. Ano siya ang formula sa imuhang unit sold. So, how about unit, how much is the sales in pesos? Pareho ra siya, but that's PBAT plus FC divided by CMR. Sige, isolve na siya. So, units sold nimo is PBAT is 400,000. Ito siya yung butang diribi. Okay. So, 400,000, number 1, that's 400,000 plus 800,000. Then, you divide it divided by CMU. Pila may mo CMU? 400 minus 240. Dara. Kanang selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. That is divided by 160. 1,000 ni siya ha. So, 400 plus 800, that is 1,200,000 divided by 160. That is now 7,500. So, this is how you compute for the units sold. Ano siya ang nahalin. But, we will also compute for the sales in pesos. So, pareho ra, 400K plus 800,000 divided by CMR. So 400 minus 240, that's 160. 160 divided by 400. That is 40%. 40% ang imuhang CM rate. So, 1,200,000 divided by 40%, that is 3 million. 3 million ang imuhang sales. So, that is number 1. Ano siya ang imong number 1? Answer sa number 1 nimo. Okay, manata sa number 1. Now, let's go to number 2. Profit after tax. Ako lang i-delete ha. Profit after tax is 480. Now, profit after tax is 480,000. Dili na siya profit before tax. Sige, magkuan na pud ta, no? Ang analysis is that profit after tax is derived when you deduct the tax from your PBAT. Here. Ano naman tong pointer? Here. Profit after tax is derived after you deduct tax from your PBAT. So, let's compute kay mas hanas naman mo compute sa PBAT. So, let's compute or let's convert our PAT here to PBAT. So, how much de atong PBAT? 480,000. That is, pila man kaha ang tax, no? So, ang tax here is 40%. Okay? Hold on. So, your PBAT here, that's without tax, that's 100%. But, minus na nato siya og tax, that's 40%. Therefore, atong PAT here, it's 60% na lang, no? Net of tax. Therefore, atong profit after taxes here is 480,000 man. 480,000, i-divide nato siya og 60% para ma-compute nato ang 100%. 480 divided by 60%. That is 800,000 imuhang PBAT. So, saan man nato pag-compute, no? Sa units sold. So, kani siya, PBAT, kani PBAT plus FC divided by CMU. So, PBAT nimo is 800 plus sa 800 na fixed cost, 800 plus, 800 plus 800, that's 1,600,000 divided by CMU nimo, that is 160. So, ang imong number 2 is, saan naman itong annotate? Okay, ang imuhang unit sold nimo is 10,000 units. Ang imong sales in pesos is, pila man na, PBAT nimo is 800,000. Imong FC is 800,000. Therefore, 1,600,000. Then, i-divide mo sa contribution margin rate. Ay mong contribution margin rate, that's 40%. Therefore, sales in pesos nimo is 4 million. So, mo ni siya imuhang number 2. Ay, oh my. Okay. Ano siya mo number 2 ha? So, delete ani. Ay, okay. Tara. Okay. Sige. Number 3. Number 3. Profit before tax is 20% of sales. Profit, imong PBAT is 20% of sales. So, here, 20% of sales siya. So, na siya rate, no? Okay, saon man na. Saon man na siya. Hold on. Saan naman itong delete? Annotate. Okay. Okay. So, if na gani mga percentage, no? And if it's based on sales, here, we will compute it as, katurag yapon. Your sales is equals to, FC divided by CMR, di ba? Since rate man ni siya, then if rate gani atong i-use, diretso na ta sa sales in pesos. Sales in pesos. CMR. Pero, ingon daw na ang profit before tax is 20% of sales. Okay? So, ang profit rate nato is 20% of sales. So, ato siyang i-minus, minusan sa profit rate diri. Nganong kaniman ang formula? Kay, si profit, that is already embedded in your sales, no? So, that is the bottom figure. So, sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost is equals to your profit. So, we just subtract it from our CMR. Okay? So, sales in pesos, FC. How much is your FC? That is 800,000. divided by CMR nimo, that is 40%. 40% minus profit rate nimo, that's 20%. So 800, so 40 minus 20, that's 20%. 800,000 divided by 20%, that is 4 million ang sales nato. How much is, pila man siya in pesos? Pila man siya in pesos? Okay. So this is what was in your book, no? We're already done with this one. Now, here. 4 million pesos. So, minus ra ang profit rate sa imuhang CMR. So, sayop ni siya ha. Sakto din ni siya. Profit rate before tax. This is the profit rate before tax. No? Sakto naman din. Profit before tax di ay. Sakto. Profit rate before tax. 4 million. And now, for the sales in units, so FC divided by unit profit margin, no? Then unit contribution, contribution margin per unit, then profit margin per unit. So, nga naman na siya. So, contribution margin is, how much was that? 400 minus 240, that's 160, no? Then, profit rate nimo is, hold on, 400 minus 240. Okay, so imuhang profit margin is that 400 times, this is the selling price per unit. Just have to times it to 20%. That's 80 pesos. So that's 160 minus 80, that's 80. Therefore, FC divided by this, then that is 10,000 units. Now, so number 4, profit before tax is 25 pesos per unit. Profit before tax is 25 pesos per unit. So how much is our sales in units and in amount? I'll say, since sales in units man siya, then we will be competing for the sales in units rapod, or how many were the units sold. So now, this is the same ra gihapon, no, kay before tax man din profit here. So that is FC divided by UCM, contribution margin per unit, profit margin per unit. So 160 minus 25, ano siya ang denominator, then 800,000 ang numerator. So your sales here is 5,926 in units. That is your cases 1 to 4. Okay, lahi na po ng cases 5, 6, and 7. So for the formula, for the summary of the formula for cases 1 to 4, here, for the basic in units, no, you have to focus on the contribution margin per unit. But if it's sales in pesos, you have to utilize the rates, the percentages. So with tax, you have to convert it first to profit PBAT, no? Profit before tax. Ano tong PBAT ganina? I'm sorry, profit before, sorry class. Please carve it out. It's not PBAT, but it's PBT. PBT, no? Nasobraan og A. So, PBT, profit before tax, is equals to profit after tax divided by 1 minus tax. So, mo to siyang 60%, di ba? Kay 100% less the tax, which is 40%. So, 60%. Then, profit percentage of sales. So, gi-minus ang profit rate sa CMR. Then, ang unit profit is gi-minus siya sa contribution margin per unit minus profit margin per unit. Now, let's go to the 5, 6, 7, the last, before we end our first part of CVP analysis. So, I know that this is kind of overwhelming to you, but please bear with me until the very end of our discussion. So, number 5 is after-tax profit is 20% of sales. So, pare-pareho siya here. So, number 3, but it's after-tax profit. So, dapat na to siya i-convert first into PBT, no? So, after-tax profit is 20% of sales. So, how do we solve for that? Now, here. Atong kailangan kuhaon si profit rate before tax. Profit rate before tax ta. No? Same with before, nga atong kuhaon si PBT, but here, rate man ang atong gistoryahan, therefore, si profit rate before tax. Now, to compute for the profit rate before tax, profit rate after tax, that is 20%, no? Mao man ni siya ang profit rate after tax. 20% divided by 1 minus tax rate. Your tax rate is 40%. So, profit rate after tax is 20% of sales. 20% divided by 40%. That is PRBT. Sorry, class. 1 minus tax rate man din, no? So, it's 60%. 1 minus tax rate, that's 60%. So, 20% divided by 60%, that is 33.33333%. So, therefore, CMR 40% minus 0.3333, that is, you can log that in your calculator. So, 800,000 divided by this one. So, your sales in pesos is 12 million. So, nagkadako siya, no? When we are using this case. And now for number 6, what's number 6? That is pre-tax profit. So, kani siya, pre-tax profit is 20% of CMR. Lahi na po siya na case, although pre-tax siya, no, PBT, but rate siya, no, profit rate before tax, then CMR. CMR siya nakabase, contribution margin rate. So, for your pre-tax profit as a percentage of CMR, you have to, let's compute for the sales in pesos. Basta rate gani ang gistoryaan gani class, rates, no, or percentages, ato ang, what we will derive or what it will lead is the computation of the sales in pesos. So, kani siya. So, FC divided by CMR minus PRBT, profit rate before tax. Profit rate before tax, that is based on the sales. Di ba, mo man siya ang based on sales na nga formula. But how about if it's basing on the CMR? So, the formula for that is, ato siyang since if it's the profit rate based on sales minus siya, but if it's based on CMR, then it has to be multiplied. It has to be multiplied. So what's your CMR? It's 40%. Then your 1 minus the pre-tax profit, 20%. So 1 minus 20% times 40%. So that is your denominator. 800,000 divided by 2.5 million. 800,000 divided by your denominator. That will lead you to the sales in pesos, which is 2.5 million. So that is your formula when you base it on CMR. You have to multiply it instead of deducting it. Okay, kano siya sale per, kuan man siya, based on sales. 20% of sales. Here is 20% of CMR. Now, for the post-tax profit, no, kailangan pa ni siya i-convert na to into pre-tax profit. Then, i-multiply na to siya. No, ang CMR o ang katong 1 minus the percentage. So, it goes like this. Number 7. FC times ni siya class ha. Times ni siya. Times na siya. If it's based on CMR. So, kano siya 40%. Then, since it's post-tax, we have to convert it into a pre-tax. No? So, kanimong 20% daw is post-tax daw ni siya. After tax, net of tax. Therefore, ato siyang ibalik. So, 20% divided by, we all know that our tax rate is 40%. So, 1 minus 40%, that's 60%. So, that is 33.33%. Now, 100% minus 33.33%, that is 66.67%. So, 40% times the answer, ani, no? So, 0.67, then you will be dividing it sa numerator. So, that's how you derive for your sales in pesos, which is 3 million. So, ang kaning cases na 5, 6, and 7 class, no? This is much more difficult, no? Bisag basic pa ta, basic CVP pa ta, pero murag lisod-lisod na siya. So, kindly take note of these formula. So, this is the summary for the formula. So, if you have after-tax percentage of sales, you will have to convert your after-tax rate into your profit rate before tax. And if you have pre-tax percentage of CMR, you have to multiply it by your CMR. So, if it's based on sales, it's minus. If it's based on CMR, you have to multiply it. Then after tax, you have to convert it to before tax, profit rate before tax, before you will multiply it to the CMR. So that is how you computed for your 5, 6, and 7. And these are the key terms, no? These are just sourced from your book. And now for your CVP activity number 1, please answer the straight problems pages 201 to 204. Problems 1 to 3, that's pertaining to basic CVP. Problems 4 to 9, that's sales with profit. And for the instructions, please include supporting calculations. Ensure that these are comprehensive and comprehensible. Then write it on whole sheets of yellow pad paper. Make sure to utilize your yellow pad paper. Ayaw kayo daghan kayog spaces, no? Para tipid, and also dili kayo daghan og yellow pad papers. Then you have to submit that on March 26 to March 26 on Thursday sa inyong scheduled class through your block representatives. And for those who are spotlight dancers, I think That's our rehearsal na nato. So I can give you an extension, no, and for those officers nga nag-assist sa mga spotlight dancers, I can give you extensions kay rehearsal man ni siya sa spotlight. So that's it. I'll just connect with you katong mga spotlight dancers through the officers in charge. Okay, so please submit that to your block reps. Okay, class? So if you have questions, please direct it to our group chat. Okay? So that's it, and see you for our part 2 of CVP discussion. Thank you for being attentive in our discussion. Bye-bye everyone.